They're still counting the votes here in California. By the time they're done, Hillary Clinton will likely end up with a commanding lead in the popular vote nationwide.
We reject the president-elect. We reject the president-elect.
It won't make any difference. Donald Trump is this country's next president. And here in liberal Oakland, many can barely put their feelings into words.
Right on.
It's been really difficult. I felt very angry.
What have you learned about America from this election?
That there are many lives that are not valued.
California is a strange mix, a place of hippies and tycoons, of idealism and pragmatism. A place where counterculture becomes the mainstream and then takes over the world. Nowhere are these contradictions more stark than in the heart of Silicon Valley's colossal tech industry. Facebook. The company that began in a student bedroom is now so powerful that some people are saying it influenced the outcome of the presidential election. They call their offices a campus. To work at Facebook is to be part of something bigger than just a social networking site. If you were to encapsulate the Facebook ethos, what is it?
Well, our mission is to make the world more open and connected.
Right, open and connected is the Facebook credo. Has any of this election kind of made you feel differently about how that's working?
Oh, I can comment about that.
Right, fair enough. Facebook's news feed is used by 150 million Americans. There are no editors who decide what stories are published. Content is posted by its users. And during the election, it shared some high-profile pro-Trump stories that turned out to be fake. Facebook's founder, Mark Zuckerberg, says the idea that those stories decided the election is pretty crazy. But the company is working to find ways to filter out fake news. The Facebook mantra is all about being open and connected. But the truth is, in there, they're really quite nervous. They let us into film. It's great, but they wouldn't give us anyone to interview. They didn't even want me to talk into camera on campus. The election of Donald Trump has wrong-footed Silicon Valley, and everyone is waiting to see what happens next.
I think there's a lot of reasons why Trump won, but I think that is one of them. I think fake news on Facebook is a real issue, and it's one of the things that has helped further divide our country through the filter bubbles that we have.
The filter bubble is very much on people's minds, not just at Facebook, but among the smaller tech entrepreneurs too. It's an algorithm that decides what stories you see based on what it thinks you'll like. The more you like stuff, the more money a company like Facebook makes through advertising. But what about the utopian ideal of using tech to make people more open and connected?
It is being both connected and disconnected. It is enabling us to connect even more deeply with people who think like us, and it's also disconnecting us from opposing points of views and values. Unfortunately, this is one giant step towards more of a dystopian future. I don't think that's the end of the game. That innovation and I think history is a drunken walk. But I think it says that technology and these social platforms are really, really powerful, and we really need to think about what their effects are, both for good and for bad.
San Francisco is a world away from the towns of the Rust Belt and the rural Midwest, where Donald Trump won the presidency. The dynamism of Silicon Valley is creating vast wealth, as well as vast inequality. It's a culture based on liberalism, both social and economic. But at the very top of the food chain, where the big money is made, it's also intensely pragmatic.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was thinking that it was a landslide for Hillary, and it ended up being very different.
Are you worried?
No, I actually am excited by the opportunity that is created by having a maverick in the office.
Some of his policies must be anathema to you, though. Protectionist policies, building walls.
Right.
That's not what you're into, right?
Right. I'm an international businessman, and I have connections with people all over the world.
Tim Draper is one of the biggest venture capitalists in Silicon Valley, with companies like Skype and Hotmail to his name. A lot of people who voted for Donald Trump basically said they were voting against a country run by a global elite. That's you, isn't it?
No, I don't think I'm global anything.
No?
I mean, I think I'm global, but I'm
Right.
not elite.
Really? You're a venture
no, I
capitalist
think,
with hundreds of millions of dollars at your disposal.
no, I think we really look at it as, you know, now we got a new president, and I think he creates kind of a new opportunity for us.
Silicon Valley is recalibrating. Its tech entrepreneurs expanded the horizons of human interaction, but it turned out they had little idea of what people were really thinking on the other side of their smartphone screens across America.